had a good time. And then on Sunday, I went to the it's every annual Caribbean Summer Fest. So you had some artists out there. So if you're familiar with some of the classics like Barris Hammond, who else out there? Capleton. All of them was out there. So it was hot, but I had a good time. So
Yeah, you always keep wanting to go to these events where it's hot.
I mean, it's summertime. Things are out. You're gonna be outside for the events. But yeah, that was my weekend. So I'm chilling. I am chilling this weekend. You guys aren't. I know. Y'all gonna be outside, in the T dot. Shout out to Toronto. I'll be in 2 weeks.
We about to be in the 6.
Y'all gonna be in the 6.
We really about to be in the mix.
So y'all excited?
Yeah. Hey, who missed? Because it's my first time.
Yeah, it's my first time in 6
I'm
too.
excited for both of you. Is it? I'm excited for both of y'all. Y'all gonna have a good time.
And
so Classy is going too.
So up in Classy is going too. So yeah,
put her whole outfit together.
I gotta see this. I gotta see it.
Shout out to her.
Shout out to her.
One of my mans told me Toronto kind of reminds him of Chicago, so I was like,
beautiful city.
I mean, absolutely. He was saying that. He was like, it'll remind you of home a little bit. And I'm going home probably like a couple days after I get back from there anyway, so I'm gonna have to do my comparison real quick. I'm pretty sure we're gonna have
y'all gonna have a great time. And
in the 6.
So many people are gonna be there. That's from all different parts of the world.
From in the mix to in the 6. All right, yeah, I like that.
That was cute.
Yeah,
so y'all have fun.
I like that.
Yeah, I'm looking
Let us know
to it.
how it is when y'all get back.
I definitely will,
Yes.
man. Shout out to our sponsors, Sour Life Clothing Line, Capture the World, and Rich King Brand. We'll be in the mix with that. So we just gonna jump right into what we mixing
right
up
into it.
because I feel like we have so much to discuss.
We do.
Of course, we'll kick things off with sports. NFL preseason will be kicking off this Thursday with the Falcons taking on the Broncos in the Hall of Fame game. So that should, I don't want to say it should be a good matchup, but I mean because of course we all know this more so like focused on the rookies and everything.
Right.
But we'll see how that game goes. And, of course, a few running backs have been holding out this summer. I think they might try to take the Le'Veon Bell approach.
Hey, it's happening.
To try to get this money. Los Angeles Chargers running back Melvin Gordon has yet to report to camp. And he is also saying if you guys don't want to pay him, trade him. Now, here's my thing. It's not like he's been in the league for 5 or so seasons. I think this is, his second or third season. This is actually his first season where he had actually a lot because he missed the first 4 games due to an injury. So it's not as if he's a running back where he's been healthy throughout his first 3 seasons where it's like, all right, you know what, we can bank on him. Let's give him this money. Now, I understand his argument, as a productive running back. I mean, because you get beat up. That's the position where you get beat up the most.
The worst. The most and the worst.
Yeah. So, I understand where he's coming from, but still go out there and play the game.
Agreed.
Because, listen, you want to get traded, the grass isn't greener on the other side.
It may be.
You'll get the money that you want, but you might not get the team who's more productive to where you can go and get a Super Bowl.
What if he just wants the money though?
I mean, I understand. Okay. I understand where he's coming from, but I mean, just go out there and play the game, man. You're gonna get your money one way or another. If they're not gonna give it to you, another team will. You just gotta go out there and keep producing. And also, of course, running back, Dallas running back Ezekiel Elliott.
I was waiting for you to say something about that one.
Also missing in action at camp. He wants to get them big bucks too. I understand where he's now more so. Okay, you know what? With Zeke has been extremely productive since coming into the league. He's pretty much a good percentage of that Dallas offense. So, yeah, Dallas does need to pay up.
See how they trying to play him. Well, he said he about to go to the Cabo or something like that.
Yeah, he's
while
going
he
to Cabo.
Holding out.
Yeah, he's going to Cabo.
Man, said, I'm chilling. So yeah, I know because they were talking about it. They was like, he was like, I ain't even gonna be around. Y'all got the terms of what I want. You ain't about to be like, oh, pull up. We about to try to negotiate now. Y'all know what I want. Y'all know what I do. I know what y'all got. And let me know something.
Now, are we at a point now? I'm wondering if it's going to get deeper and deeper, where you actually do have players who will really risk sitting out an entire season.
It's happening.
To get money.
I think it's happening.
We talked about standing for something. Are you gonna fall for anything? Or for everything, actually. Yeah, so they're standing for something. We want to talk about this too with another subject.
You see, I see where owners come from, and it when you really look at the industry, it's extremely difficult. But I see where owners come from, because it's like, all right, do I really want to bank all my money into this player who can't really stay healthy?
See, I feel like that is a double-edged sword, because you playing in a sport where you can't even really stay healthy.
Yeah.
So they gonna be like, that's why I feel like a lot of the players is coming from. They like, if you know we can't stay healthy, but you trying to pay us less because we can't stay healthy. Mm-hmm. How we gonna get our money? Yeah. That's why when I said it's happening, I feel like it's gonna come to some kind of lockout soon, where they gonna have to reach some kind of agreement.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. It's really crazy that, you know, when it comes to money, the NFL, they don't get paid as much as they deserve. Like, it's crazy. And there's actually been talks about where they would like to try to extend the season to like 18 games, and then also extend the playoffs. Now, so some players are for the extension with the playoffs. Yeah. But if you're going to look to extend the regular season with 18, 19 games, all right, now you really need to pay me.
Absolutely.
At this point, I need to get
one more game is one more risk.
I need to get a type of contract that, you know, Clay and them are getting, or these Major League Baseball players are getting. Because
we probably won't get baseball money, but yeah.
I think they should get baseball money.
I think so too, but
I think they can, man.
It should be reversed, like what NFL players are making.
I feel like isn't the fan base of baseball a lot larger than football though?
I mean, I don't know. Honestly, it's debatable, because I know they don't really play football like American football. The reason why I say American football is because they don't play that sport around the world in that many other countries like they do with baseball and basketball and stuff.
Look how many games they have to play. Come on, like baseball is all the way from like spring to like October, maybe. Same thing with basketball. It's like October to
June if you make it to the finals and stuff. But with the money thing, though, I think the reason why they need to reach some kind of collective bargaining at the very least is like off percentages. Like, you know, in the NBA, the way that they do the contracts is if you have certain accolades or whatever, and you trying to get like the max contract, it's only a certain percentage of the that team's like salary cap you can get. So like say like we just seen the Knicks had like 70 million free in cap space, the Nets has 69 million free in cap space, but based off like what Kevin Durant did, he was eligible for like 30% of that deal or whatever. You know, you can take that or you can take something else. And I feel like the way that they do it a similar way in the NFL, but you know that team is way bigger. It's a 53-man roster, but their percentages are way different too. And I think that's why a lot of them is just like, yo, I'm only getting 16, 17 million. You got NBA players getting 40 million a year. You got MLB players getting 30-something million. They like, bruh, at the very least, at least let me get that.
They owners gonna say, well, look, you chose to play this sport, so
and that's the crazy part.
Or go play basketball. The hell, we ain't tell you come over here.
I mean, they do that too. They do that too. But the players is like, you want me to play this sport for your team, so you should be willing to pay.
And I want to give you this money, and this is what you're going to accept, and you don't have to.
That's a fact.
And the power is yours, like Captain Planet.
And they be like, they like, you know, like besides the risk that they taking and all of that, they just like, what was it? The one guy they was trying to sell him short by like having him play like dual position. It was like he was playing DE and linebacker. But it's different. It's
Davian Clowney.
Yeah. And it's different percentages that like by position. So it was like if we have him playing double positions, then we don't have to pay him as much. So it's like they be trying to snake these players and stuff, and they like, bro, we not trying to have that. At least let me get my bread.
Yeah, I definitely. It's crazy, man. So this is going to be a wild off season, of course. I did want to mention this though. It's NBA news, but not big news. But well, actually, no, it really is big news. It's pertaining to Zion Williamson, number 1 overall pick for the New Orleans Pelicans, signed a major deal with Jordan. Shoe deal. That's really a big deal because I think he signed with them for like 7 years, for $96 million.
Mm-hmm.
That's the highest rookie endorsement deal anyone has ever had. So shout out to him.
Shout out to him.
What was LeBron doing with Nike? 90 million, fresh out of high school.
Yeah. So I mean, then you look at LeBron now. I mean, he with Nike and he's getting billions. So
billionaire lifetime deal.
Right.
Billion lifetime deal.
Yeah, man. So definitely shout out to him getting that. Moving on, boxing. Shout out to Tank. Baltimore's own putting on for his city over the weekend, defeating his opponent Ricardo Nunez in the second round by TKO.
Light work.
Right.
Light work.
Davis is now 22-0 with 21 KOs. And Davis also remains the WBA junior lightweight champion. So hats off to him, man, putting on for the city. That was a big
Shout out
win.
to him.
Yeah, and it was definitely well needed, of course, due to the ignorant remarks that were made by Trump.
Which we will talk about.
Yeah, definitely, man, definitely, and we can actually move on to some entertainment, or because you have some news that you want to discuss as well.
Donald Trump was one of the bigger ones, so we have to talk about it.
Oh yeah.
So you guys are all aware of what Donald Trump said about the city of Baltimore. And just to kind of highlight some things, and correct me if I'm wrong, he said disgusted, rat-infested city that nobody wants to live here. No human. Thank you. Wants to live here.
Right.
What else did he say? That I just want to make sure that I got everything that he said, just like the basic stuff. Pretty much the basic stuff that he said.
That's pretty much the gist.
So you know, Baltimore again is in the news is never good. You know what they say? If people are talking about you, you must be doing something right. But apparently, it seems like Baltimore ain't never doing nothing right because we always getting the ugliest people, ugliest accents.
That they
now
know
we're disgusting, and no human wants to live in our city. So, but I have a different spin on this, and I know it seems like I have the most unpopular opinion, but I think it was such an uproar and people were so upset about what he said, and I'm more so upset about why he said it. It was more the intent. It was more taking a jab at Elijah Cummings, bringing it up. If you're going to bring up a city that has plaguing issues, you would think that you'll bring some resolution. You're the president that serves our country, and this is a city in your country that you serve.
Not only that, we are an hour away from the capital of this country, which is where he's supposed to be living.
Right.
That too. Okay. So I think I was more so upset about that as it was just tacky, you like to say, and it wasn't a good look for him. Period. But with all of that being said, what he said, I mean, he not talking about Harbor East, guys. He is talking about some of our slums like West Baltimore and certain parts of East Baltimore that we know. I mean, to me, Trump is very grandiose in thought. So he does say things are a bit exaggerated. Like we all know major cities have rats. But I feel like New York probably has twice as many rats as we do. So we know with Trump.
DC got rats.
DC has rats, right?
Boy,
okay, so.
New York City.
Right.
Alone. So.
Like, come on.
So I don't take everything he says, because it's so exaggerated. Where it's like, okay, but he does have a point. I mean, granted, we all know that Elijah is not. He's in Maryland. I think it's for Howard County, some parts of Baltimore City, Columbia. So there are other parts too. And I'm not saying that this one man is responsible for fixing Baltimore. Like, what are we doing for our community? Like, we as people, anybody can be a Nipsey Hussle for their community. We had so much chatter and said he called this place disgusting and no human wants to. But what are you doing? They're going to talk about it today and do nothing tomorrow. You feel me? So I'm like, we're looking at these politicians to do things for our communities that we can do ourselves.
Well, you know what? If the city of Baltimore can come together as a community, let's patch up these roads because the roads are horrible here. That I will say.
That's one of our issues.
Yes.
Kid 6. But we have bigger issues than just the roads.
No, the roads are horrible.
Let's talk about our crime, which is we guys know that y'all seen a video of the guy that was walking from his car to go on to work. What was his nationality? I don't want to be incorrect with it. Anybody know?
I don't think I've seen it either.
Y'all didn't see it? Indian cop. Anyway, the 3 kids. Muslim. Thank you. What's that?
So that's not a nationality.
Not national. Sorry.
Yeah. He was a practicing.
Got you. Okay. So religion, to say the least. So he was walking from his car going to work. This happened like 5:30 in the morning, and it was like kids, 2 girls and a guy on a scooter that came up, hit him from behind, then just started like stomping him in his head, took his ran through his pockets, rolled out. You know, I'm surprised y'all didn't see that. That was like all over the news. Yeah. So we have that. We had, I don't know if y'all heard about the woman with the 5-week-old baby, and she got robbed and hit and robbed with the 5-week-old. I mean, we have all the stuff going on in our city.
Something like that.
What's that?
Was the baby in her arms or something like
that? I think, yeah, and
we
know that the baby in the woman was okay. So it was like we have all these things that's going on that there's people in Baltimore know that's going on. We're so upset that Donald Trump highlighted these issues that we already know. Like, what he said was fact. Like, it was, I don't like why he said it, but what he said was true. That doesn't take away the fact of what's going on the southern border and the conditions there. And I think Donald Trump also said that for a distraction from him in that. But I think people, I was a little confused as to why people were so upset about what he said. Like, we know this city has some major issues. There's some places here that I won't travel to. And I'm a Baltimore native.
I think they were upset just for the simple fact that it came from Donald Trump.
What do y'all, come on.
Nah, so I got two things to say.
What do they expect from him? I don't have no high expectations for Donald Trump.
It's Trump.
Nah, I got two things to say. The first thing I was going to say is it's a pattern with Trump. Every time he, not just a pattern of him saying stupid stuff. We know that's a lifestyle for him.
Right.
He's consistent with that.
Anytime he speaks about like predominantly black areas and stuff in this country, he always used the word infested. He used the word infested.
Well, you know he ain't got a high vocabulary.
I mean, I know that too, but at the same time, like the intent, like you said, he's not gonna say what he really want to say. He's gonna, well, he is, but not in the way that he really wants to say it. Right. He's gonna say words like infested, no human will want to be, and that's bad enough. But we know what he really wants to say is worse than that. First of all, but aside from that too, as far as like us knowing that this stuff is happening, we know this stuff happened because, like I said, he says similar things about Chicago. You know what I'm saying? And I remember when he was doing his trail for his campaign, he tried to come to Chicago, and they ran his ass out of Chicago. Like he tried to, it was at the House of Blues or something like that, which holds like 400 people, and people in the city was like, okay, if you're gonna come here, and we know it's people in the city that support you, it holds 400 people. We're going to have at least 1 or 2 people that don't support him for every one person that does.
Right.
And he ended up canceling his stuff. That he
well,
ended
you know
up
what he said
regardless.
today, that
the
African Americans feel he's doing a very good job. Again, he's so grandiose. He's I don't know, smart. Delusional.
He's
no.
Stupid.
And he did say that the people in Baltimore are living in hell. So he said, these are tweets he said today. So he still had this ongoing thing going on between him and Elijah Cummings.
So the second thing that I was going to say is about his willfulness to be as ignorant as he is. Basically, the stuff that he's saying is obvious. You know, like it's a hell going on in Baltimore and all these other places. It pretty much happens in pretty much any urban city, big enough city with a high black population in certain areas. We know that.
Right.
But the willful ignorance part is the why. Like, it's not as simple as, you know, we just need to do better. It's hard. It's so hard because there's so many things there that prevent you from doing better in the way that you need to do better.
So you feel like the lack of resources that we have.
I mean, all of that stuff plays a part into it because it's so deeply rooted that it can't just be fixed with somebody being like, you know, we know this is happening, and then him pointing it out. We're gonna be upset that he pointed out that, and aside from the fact that we know it's happening, we're so upset that he pointed it out because, like you said, he's in a direct position to do something.
Right.
It's like,
that's what I'm upset about.
Yeah, we know the deep, we know like the roots of where it comes from, but we also know that he has the power to be like, you know, well, we gonna make it easier for a black person to start a business. Cause like you said about Nipsey, like we can have Nipsey hustles in Baltimore. There's people out there trying to be Nipseys in Baltimore.
But they just don't have.
There's more people in Crenshaw and stuff like that in LA trying to be Nipseys. People all over trying to be Nipseys.
Right.
But it's not easy. It wasn't easy for Nipsey to be Nipsey.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's part of the reason why he's not alive. You know what I'm saying? But that, like, all of those things, like, we know about all of those things. For him to say that, especially when you just completely overlooking all of the good people that came out of Baltimore City like that, it's like, bruh, and him saying all of that stuff, he was doing it mainly as a jab.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. It wasn't to bring any type of resolution to us. Like, he said that we were happy that he highlighted these issues as if we ain't already know. And that's why I was more kind of confused with the people of Baltimore. Like, we know these things, and I didn't feel like no one talked from the perspective that we're talking from, but why he said it, and being more upset for that reason, rather than just taking like, oh, well, he said this is a trash city. Like, okay, like, he could say a lot of things. Like, this is a guy who said he gonna grab women from the vaginas. Like,
but to be honest with you, you've had people who are from this city who said this city is trash. So
yeah, like, I mean, so I guess when the outsider says it, it hits home. Like, we definitely can talk about our city, but damn it, you can't.
It's almost like if we crack on somebody's hairstyle within the black community, we'll laugh about it, right? But let another race do it,
which is, we all remember what I said. That sometimes we're gonna jump on them 10
black
times worse. People we tend to be biased depending on what fits our narrative. Sometimes we do, and this is another example of that, because we know we have people who are from here who talk so much crap about their own city.
I think the difference though is that, like,
because he's the president.
I mean, the people being from here, they have a different like loyalty to here. They have a different love and respect for it. It's almost like a family member. Like, say if you got a family member that's messed up or something, it's like, you know, he messed up, or he or she is messed up, and you can say that, but somebody else is not.
But I feel like these are the same people who also talk about it and do nothing about it. Like, I personally know people.
What can you really do?
Be a mentor for starters. I don't know, something. Like, I personally know. Shout out to one of my friends, though. His name William Tip Thomas. I don't know if anybody know him, but he's actually out here doing a lot for this community.
Yeah, I know a bunch of people out doing a lot for this communities in Baltimore and stuff. But it's, as much as they're doing, it's going to take way more than that. And they know that. They'll say that themselves.
So that's what goes back to my point about all this chatter. I feel like we're chatting about the wrong thing. You know, why don't we ever come together?
I mean, we can do it.
I mean, I'm not saying we could do it all. Of course, like I said, we need the help.
Yeah.
But we just talking. That's all we ever do. To me, it seems.
That's a good point.
That's my take on it. It wasn't.
More action.
Less talk and more action.
Even, I feel like, less talk, more action. But even with the actions that you have to do, besides what you actually are doing, the actions that you would have to do to actually make the impact, I feel like that's the root of it, because it's almost impossible to do most of what you need to do.
Sure, but
what? And I think that's why most of the time it's just talk, because you can't really do anything.
But guaranteed, probably 70, 75, maybe 8% of people who had something to say about this has done nothing. That's my point.
But talk about it.
But talk about it, and then we'll talk about Love and Hip Hop tomorrow.
It's a fact.
So at least if you're going to bring awareness, what are you doing?
Yeah, I think
that's all I'm saying.
I think I said something about that in the previous episode, like about people just doing so much stuff to bring awareness. You
did say that, and then he's like, and then
so
exactly. So
hell yeah,
like, we're very aware. That's what I'm saying. We're mad at something that we are aware of because we talk about it ourselves. What you doing about it though?
Yeah. It's still fuck Trump though, because his ass ain't doing nothing either.
Guarantee I go on my timeline, ain't nobody talking about it. Like, so yeah, come on, people of Baltimore. Like, I get it. It's not cute for a president to have said these comments, but
it's him.
It's Donald Trump, right?
He's a child.
So that's my take.
Moving on, enough about him. Let's talk about Nas. Let's talk about this album. Your favorite rapper.
Yes. Shout out. Who?
Now you real cheesy over there.
I love me some Nas.
Take a sip of your juice.
Nah.
Shout out to Esco.
I gotta represent my husband. By the way. Oh no! Come on, you gotta respect the God.
Shout out to Escobar.
Shout out to him. Him and Mary J coming on the 29th. I'm looking forward. I want to go to that concert, so I'm looking at tickets now.
Okay.
Yeah. And
I'll look up some tickets for that too. I ain't seen my man Nas in a while.
I seen him in 2016 in Maxwell in NYC. It was such a good show. I loved it.
We should go as a group.
2012.
We should go as a group.
You know, I'm down. Mary J.
I know, right? It's a dope.
And Nas.
I definitely want to see Mary J with her old school moves
she
and
gonna
everything.
Do the
go
Mary.
Yeah.
She go wild out.
So I'm gonna be cheesing this whole time. Come on, let's talk about it.
I'm with all.
Y'all, we with it. You with it? Okay.
I'm with it. So I had the opportunity to finally listen to it over the weekend.
Lost Tapes too.
I rocks with it. That's the Nas that we've been wanting. I wasn't really. I think I only messed with like 1 or 2 songs off his last album.
Yeah.
That was produced. That was produced by Kanye. Yeah.
Okay, let's be fair.
Yeah.
All right, let's be fair.
It's like 1 or 2 I rock with.
Let's be fair with this one though. This one is, just different, as we know, songs from like all different times. From like, I believe it was from 2000, maybe 6, 7.
The Lost Tapes too.
From 2018.
The original Lost Tapes was like the same type of compilation thing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So technically, this is not more like a mixtape, not so much an album. But I will agree, this was much better than his last project.
But you saying what you just said, I think a lot of people need to know that. I feel like a lot of people really thought like this was something.
Yeah, because they're saying it wasn't as cohesive. Like it was not supposed to be.
Exactly. It's
just
like
throwaway tracks, which I don't understand why.
Yeah. I mean, kinda. Sometimes an artist is so good, even they throw away tracks, they can make an album.
And no, just can't make this.
Kendrick did Untitled Unmastered. People was calling him the classic. Jay-Z did the Blueprint too, whole album.
Yeah.
So, you guys, I actually wrote down my top 5 songs. From this album. Now I don't know if y'all know the track listings, but I have my number 1. Queensbridge Politics is my number 1 favorite. That was a tribute to Prodigy. Absolutely my favorite track on the album. I feel like I listened to that song like over 20 times. That's number 1.
Okay.
Beautiful Life is number 2, and I feel like Beautiful Life was probably supposed to be on Life is Good, which is also a classic album to me. I could be wrong, but he was talking a lot about Khalees and all that stuff. So that's number 2. The Art of It, produced by Pete Rock, so classic. Number 3, Lost Freestyle. Number 4, War Against Love is my 5th one. With the honorable mention, I had to listen to this a couple times, but I love Alchemist as a producer. At first, at first I had to listen to it, I was like, But then I started listening to it a little bit more, and I really, really, really like it. So that's like, I guess I could say my top 6, even though I love this album.
It was dope. It was definitely dope.
That's my top.
I will have to sit back and listen to it again in order for me to give you like my favorites. Like, all right, this is my favorite. I do like the intro. I definitely like the intro.
No Bad Energy. That was the Swiss Beats one. Yeah, I feel like I loved. I feel like I skipped maybe. I didn't even skipped. Like, okay, like 2. Royalty and there's another one I can't think of. Another 2 that I really like?
What?
Tanasia and Highly Favored. Both RZA produced tracks that I absolutely love. Okay, so this is a topic that I want to bring up real quick before we get into Shop Talk. And I actually wish we could have brought this up in Shop Talk.
Who knows? We might be able to.
You guys know that people say that Nas, lyrically, A1, we all know that, but his beat selection is right?
I've heard some people say that about this whole entire project, but continue.
So I've had a hip hop debate, and one of my friends said, "Can you be hip hop over a whack beat or whack production?"
Absolutely.
Yeah, you can.
That's what I said. Like what?
I think that's like, I'm about to say. I think that's part of the whole thing about like if you can make, especially like if you can make a whack beat seem nice just because of how you flowing over it. Like that's like one of the main. That's like back in the day when people used to beatbox. Like that wasn't no crazy beat.
Right.
But it's like look at what I'm doing with it.
And here's the thing, his flow is so distinct. I just don't feel like it flows with everybody's. He doesn't need a snazzy. Joe Budden said, I listened to his thing. Like he doesn't need a snazzy production. He just flows, and it just works.
I think that's what Kanye was trying to give him, like trying to give him certain type of beats that people might be into in this era.
Right, which is important. I get it.
And it's just like, no, let Nas be Nas.
Let Nas be Nas. Every time I feel like he deviates.
Nas not the type of person to really create like a trap music or something you want to play in the club.
And what he's done, and we've never liked it. You see Nostradamus and how that was no. We like lyrical.
Did you like him on Uchi Wally Wally?
I like that, but I just felt like it just kind of deviated from. And the thing about it, people slept on I Am. I actually really like that album.
I Am is probably it might be my second favorite Nas album.
And people would think you're crazy.
They can think I'm crazy.
They can think, but he also.
You know what I'm gonna tell them? You can hate me now, but I won't stop now.
It was great. I mean, I think everyone's comparing this whole Nas to Illmatic. That's a different time. He's a lot younger. You probably will never get an Illmatic.
And that's okay. Like the greatest hip hop album ever. Like you can't be like, oh, because this album ain't the greatest hip hop album ever.
Yeah.
It's not good. That's come on.
I was really shocked that he got so many mixed to bad reviews on Lost Tapes too, and I just did not I couldn't understand. Is it such? I love Nas because people probably feel like I'm biased because I'm a huge Nas fan, but I don't understand how you called Lost Tapes 2 average.
People were saying that to me too, because I'm a really big Nas fan. But my whole thing was that's why when the first thing she said when you was like it's like a mix of like different songs that he had over time that he just kind of made work into this project. Now I think people don't grasp that concept. Like really most people nowadays anyway, they don't even understand conceptual albums. They think an album just supposed to be hit after hit after hit after hit. Give me 15 hits in a row and then I'm gonna call it or less than that. Give me like 9-10 hits in a row. And it's like people actually still go through and have concepts behind the projects that they create.
Right.
And I think that's why even when he said he was coming out with it, a lot of the core Nas fans understood what the original concept was of the Lost Tapes 1.
Which is a classic.
That's why they were excited for Lost Tapes 2. But a lot of other people just kind of ride off of the reputation of who Nas is. Or he one of the greatest of all time.
Right.
He about to drop an album. We don't care that it's Lost Tapes 2. In our mind, that's just another album that he about to drop. So they looked at it like that.
So by you saying real Nas fans, I had to remind myself who is and who isn't.
I was about to say, I feel like you weren't really talking to real Nas fans. You were probably,
no, I wasn't.
You were probably talking to people who feel like Blueface is probably the dopest artist right now.
Well, you got, I told you that one of my friends argued me and said, he told me that publicly on a status that God's Son wasn't an album dedicated to his mother, and I'm like, are you dumb? Like that is the album where he was just going through such a tragic time. You know, the Jay-Z beef started with the whole Stillmatic, rolled over into God's Son. His mother died the same year. What are you talking about? Like he really tried to play me like I don't know Nas. Like stop it. So all in all, people think that I'm crazy for this. I'm giving it a 4.5 out of 5. I really want to give it a 5, Mixx, but I'm gonna give it a 4.5 out of 5.
Okay. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5.
Yeah, I think I want to give it.
A 4.
I'll give it a 4
still
out of 5.
Solid, very solid.
Yeah, it's still.
I call it a classic. People thought that was crazy for calling this Lost Tapes 2 a classic. People say the word is overused. In some regard.
Yeah.
You call me saying I'm using. I think it is. You know, we had this conversation about what is considered classic.
Yeah, I want to revisit the classic thing. But I don't know if I will call it a classic yet. I think I think the concept alone. I think it's a great concept, but I don't think that kind of concept.
I don't think it'll go down as a classic.
Yeah, I don't think that kind of concept is. It's that easy to come across a classic with that kind of concept. But I think it's possible.
Lost Tapes 1 did.
I know. That's why I said. That's what I'm about to say.
Google said 97% like that album, and they call it a classic.
That was around the time when he was like hip hop is dead too. Around that was like not too far away from that. So I think so. I'm gonna revisit.
I remember when he.
I feel like y'all listened to it a couple. I feel like I listened to the album enough times now to make like a full review of it. Because I feel like people who make such a premature review. Y'all don't need to be making reviews. Gotta listen to it a couple times.
They'll be all right.
I don't know how people do it with like Chris Brown with his 40 tracks. Don't nobody doing that. You get a one-time deal and that's it.
I'm glad you mentioned that. Before we get into Shop Talk, I'm not even going to lie. So did you get a chance to catch the No Guidance video?
Oh yeah,
I did.
I just want to say, after watching that video probably like 20 times or so, Chris Brown has really inspired me to really become a dancer.
You know the funny thing? I think I've seen him dancing in better video. I mean, dancing better in different video. I think he was light work in this video. Yeah. I like Drake. He's corny as he is. I actually liked Drake in this video.
It was funny, but I think like when you really look at Chris Brown and like his artwork, not just with his music, but like his dancing skills, like he really takes time into his skills. Dancer. Like you have to really be skilled in order to do that.
Did y'all notice the brown skin semi-afro? Because you know she had the good hair afro.
Yup, she is beautiful. Right?
Yeah, so y'all got Chris Brown. Beautiful. We peeped that.
Listen,
okay?
I ain't care. She got the good hair.
Well, you wasn't never one talking about all that Jack stuff anyway. It was Chris Brown. We ain't forget.
But
he probably ain't forget either. That's why he picked it. Probably like,
She was
this is what I meant.
But overall, I thought
This is
it
what I
was
was
a
talking
cute
about.
video.
It was dope. It was
I
dope.
liked. I feel like for
hit.
me, it wouldn't have been as dope for me if Drake wasn't in it. I personally like Drake for the video itself. I think without that, it would have been meant to me like another Chris Brown dancing
It was a
kind
great
of
balance.
video.
And No Goddess is still the song of the summer to me.
Yeah, no, it's a dope song though.
Hell
But
yeah.
I feel like now Drake, I don't know, he just got the sauce. Like people say he's overrated, but no matter what you put him on, he can give you a good hit.
Definitely.
That's called the Midas touch.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So we can now finally move on to shop talk, but before that, I do want to say tonight I will be blessing myself with the Whose Mans Is This. The squad knows why. We definitely talked about this in the group chat the other day as far as my comments.
Oh wait, I was trying to think, like, wait, what's he talking about?
Yeah, so we'll share a little bit later on during Whose Mans Is This, but yes, I will be blessing myself with the Whose Mans Is This tonight.
Well, then again, you gotta get who else gotta get who's? I think it was just you.
Yeah, it was just
me
me
too. But okay,
I failed you, so I apologize.
you did.
I apologize. I'm gonna own my truth tonight. So now it's time to turn things over to your boy, Shot Town's finest, Carlton. You dig with Shop Talk.
All right, so look, check it out, right? It's this thing that I do where I keep, my ears to the streets.
You about to get your own line,
as well as the clippers to them heads, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, for the past couple of days, there's been this thing going on in the media. Real quick, I gotta address this first up front because it's gained more traction and it's been getting worse and worse. And there's a couple people. I got a Whose Mans Is This too.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure y'all gonna agree. So it's this guy, right? It's this guy from, I think he from Akron, Ohio or something. Y'all might have heard of him before. His name was LeBron James.
Mm-hmm.
He's only like one of the best basketball players ever.
Right.
We know who he is.
Somebody compared Nas to LeBron. Like Nas is,
I mean,
LeBron,
even that comparison
baseball,
right
Nas,
there,
hip-hop.
that says a lot about Nas and LeBron James. Shout out
Right.
to both
For
of them.
both of them, absolutely.
Yeah.
He played for, I think he played for your team, right? The Lakers?
Yep, Lakers.
Yeah, he played for the Lakers and whatnot. So LeBron James is this, he's a black man or whatever. He got a son. His son is named after him, LeBron James Jr. They call him Bronny.
Yeah.
And he plays basketball too. He's like 14 years old. And, summertime, I remember when I was 14 years old, and playing in basketball games over the summer or whatever. And it wasn't always like a thing for like my parents or something to even be able to come to my games.
Right.
But LeBron James, this is off season for him. So he's at all of his son's game. And if y'all had kids and they played sports or whatever and they was like nice, y'all would go to the games and how would you be celebrating at the games? You
What? I'm wilding.
Absolutely.
I feel like that's a no-brainer,
on the
right?
sideline.
You feel me? So you got a lot of people out there that's upset that LeBron James is out there celebrating in the way that he's celebrating when his son is out there dunking the ball at 14, getting buckets and all of that. Even the team, he knows the teammates too. He's not just like, yeah, that's his son, but he knows his teammates and all. He's pushing for them to go to the NBA and all of that too. So we got people out there though that are upset at him celebrating.
You know why they're upset? Because their child isn't dunking. They're not making highlights like his son is. So, I mean, their child probably isn't being discussed on a daily like LeBron's child is right now. So, I mean, you just got a lot of people that's hating right now.
Hating.
And realistically, I think no matter how much people may hate LeBron as far as basketball wise, but you can't take away from the fact that this man off the court is by far a good ass father, a good ass husband.
Yeah.
I mean, he does so. I mean, he built a school for kids to succeed.
I
This
don't know. I
man
think
does so much good
maybe-
that you try to find so much to hate about
I
him.
think because they hate LeBron so much on court that they just it also just transcends all.
But why? Because
I
if he
don't know.
wasn't,
It's
if he
so
wasn't in
crazy
his
to
child,
me.
if he wasn't in his child's life, it would just be another.
But like, what were people saying? I just don't
Deadbeat father.
understand. Like, what were people saying?
Pretty much that he's doing too much as far as like just being overly excited and whatnot. But I mean, how can you feel that way when this man is really being able to witness his son do so much that he probably wasn't even doing at that age? You know, he's probably doing more than what LeBron was doing at the age of 14. And it's just like, damn, if he's doing this at the age of 14, he's going to get scarier and scarier when he turns 15, 16.
Listen.
So why wouldn't he?
I don't know. People are weird.
So you know me, right? I'm like solution based or whatever. Before I even tell y'all what I think the solution is, well, the solution is obvious. Shut the hell up and let this man enjoy watching his son play basketball. Basically. You know what I'm saying? But I figured out why people are upset. And a lot of people try too hard to be politically correct, where they end up sounding stupid, looking stupid, or being a coon. Like, I'm going to get to that guy in a second because he's definitely got a big who's man since this coming later. But the attention that LeBron James attracts, I think a lot of people are upset with that. Like you said, they hate on it, but then they also think that he does it on purpose. LeBron James is LeBron James. Like
no matter what.
His presence, like I was just listening to Magna Carta Holy Grail. Jay-Z was like, just for clarity, my presence is charity. It's the same thing with LeBron James. For him to be in any area at any time, just to be there, it says a lot about whatever the area is. Because it's like LeBron James chose to be here. So for one, you know, it's a lot of black fathers in there. It's a lot of people. It's going to attract a certain kind of attention just by him being there. But he knows that. And he uses it to the advantage of the people that are there. Like when he's up there celebrating his kid, it's like, yo, look at me, the black father supporting his child.
Right.
Every other father in there probably doing the same thing. Like it's probably another father that was in there that we don't know because he's not LeBron James, who's seen his son come down on the other end of the court and dunk it too, and he probably got up going crazy looking at LeBron, and LeBron probably looking at him like, oh word, yo Bronny, get the rock, go pass to get it to whatever, you know what I'm saying? And also, like I said, LeBron James also, like he celebrates the other teammates, not just his son.
Yeah, definitely.
So now you building up sportsmanship, you building up like black fatherhood, you know what I'm saying?
Because he celebrated when and it wasn't even his son. I think it was his teammates though that did a sick ass alley-oop.
Yeah,
and he went crazy,
going crazy, running on the court, and people was mad that he ran on the court. That was one of the main things. But I'm like, bruh, I've been in places. I've been in high school. I played basketball in high school. I've been there, and you seen somebody do a dunk or something crazy, and everybody running the court, and like the refs even understand. They're like, all right, everybody back up, get back on the stand so we can continue the game.
Right?
They understand it, and people was acting like LeBron's wrong for like they really being like, oh, he's childish, he's selfish, he's this and that for celebrating.
How was he selfish?
Because they was like, oh, he wants all the attention, and I was like, bruh.
I honestly got y'all for real. If it were not LeBron James, it was somebody else, I don't think anybody had anything to say about
That's
it.
exactly what we saying.
But the thing is, though, like Matt Barnes, we already know how he loves his kids. They gave my man...
he drive 90 miles.
Yo,
whooping nigga
they
ass.
gave my man... Like, they had to escort him off the court, and he had to start calling plays from the sideline. Like, you got to understand, when you look at black fathers who really want to be in their child's life... They're going to be extremely passionate about any sport, school, no matter what. You see how black families go. What do they always say? Please hold all applause at the end during graduation. And what do black families do? As soon as they hear their child's name, they clap and scream.
Remember when we brought up the mother who was twerking at her son's graduation? So because she was twerking, I guess people looked at it like that's inappropriate. She was doing too much. Blah, blah, blah.
She was doing too much.
That was okay.
So again, because she was twerking.
Because now the attention's not on me. The attention is now on.
But I guess they're saying attention's on LeBron James. He's LeBron James and he doing too much.
LeBron James is going to get attention because he's been getting it since he was in high school. So I mean,
was he really extra though? I mean, as you should be.
No, he wasn't.
Then another thing they was upset at.
I didn't see this video.
I was saying when we were off air, people would have been upset had he came to the game and just been sitting there quiet and not reacting to anything. Right. They would have been upset.
Of course,
they would have been even more upset if he wouldn't have even been there. So it's like he damned with anything that he does.
Yeah.
So it's like you're gonna be mad at the out of them three, him not being there, him not celebrating, or him celebrating the way that he did. The best one he could actually pick is to celebrate. People was upset that, before the game, during the layup line, he was in the layup line with his guys and stuff. He was dunking and all of that, and people was mad at that. They was like, "You taking away?" And I was like, "Bruh, if I am in any basketball arena and LeBron James is there, I want to see LeBron James too.
Right.
I don't care if he's just doing a layup line drill. Of course, I know we here to watch his son play. We gonna see that, But before the game, yeah, let LeBron go out there, work out. Because that's just like if Matt Barnes was there. He's shooting up. People going to come.
He's not taking
like,
away from anything.
You're not taking away. You adding.
This man Drake was in the layup line with Kentucky. Like, come on. I don't get it.
Come on, man. And he airballed too.
Right.
Despite him being extra, now I don't know if he was. Your guys are saying he wasn't.
He wasn't.
I feel like he's still celebrating his child, and there's nothing wrong with that. We celebrate our children, all the time, and that should be applauded. So at least we can say he is actively in his son's life.
That's a fact.
And that should always be applauded because we see a lot of fathers that are not.
Find something else to be upset about.
So my other half of this, and not even a half, it's just the other part. If there were to be people complaining about this, what type of people, quote unquote, would you think would be the type of people to complain about this?
I would think it's the type of
folks.
You think it's white folks?
He said white folks. What kind of people do you think would have been the type?
I was being psychological with it. I was gonna say the people who didn't have that, in their life growing up.
I mean, I would think those people would be the people that would be happy about him.
It's one of those like I'm envious. I really. Want,
yeah. They got
people jealousy and envy is always things that you want, but you don't have, and other people have it. So it comes off as hate, but it's like, damn, I wish I had a father who was that supportive of me growing up. But you could be right.
Word. Nah, because honestly, my pops, anything I did, my pops was right there. He'd be on the field with me. Yeah. He'd do the same thing. So I mean, I don't see any wrong in that.
And you said it
was like you had some white people the same white people that always complain about everything LeBron James does.
Yeah.
And then you got this guy, this very special guy, who's gonna get this very special whose man's is this?
Oh,
it's this guy named Jason Whitlock.
He's always getting something. I can't today. Whose man's is
he
this?
needs a double whose man's is this because he was on his show. I'm not even gonna say the name of it. I'm mad I even had to say his name, but he was on his show on a Friday one time with like a bald head. And then he was on the show on Monday with a high top fade. So off rip, whose man's is that? That's a separate whose man's is this.
That's a fact.
Oh, so we going? Okay, we waiting or we going?
No. We can wait. I'm gonna get to it. We can wait. But
wait on that. Who's
that just got me tight.
I got a few who's
he's also
really?
It's a pattern with him. He also was the guy who was mad at LeVar Ball for celebrating his son, Lonzo and LiAngelo and LaMelo Ball. He was talking about them, and LeVar got in his ass on the show talking about that.
Jason, what's his name?
Whitlock.
Y'all think he says these things just to stir
Does he have
the pot?
He might.
Because he's so controversial.
He might. Whether he believes it or says it just because it's cool. It's cool. Like,
does he have kids?
No.
He doesn't?
No.
That's why he's like this. He might be a virgin.
Hey.
What's wrong with that? There's some virgins out there.
That's why he's angry like this.
He backed up.
Man, shout out to all our listeners, man. What's wrong with you?
Man.
Exactly why.
I don't know who's listen.
So what did he exactly say?
Let me pull it up. Because he was saying, he was complaining about it, and there was people actually like tweeting him like, yo, bruh, like you wildin', you don't understand it in this way and whatever. And hold on, let me try to find this guy's stuff. First of all, they got pictures of him as Uncle Ruckus, which is hilarious.
Is he still as he lose that weight that Charlamagne said he was supposed to lose?
Nah.
Oh, y'all didn't catch that whole Charlamagne versus him? That was funny.
They talking about he either LeBron James. Yo,
he's still like either Charlamagne. Charlamagne said he was.
Well, it was a video. It was a video and stuff that he said, but he said LeBron James should take the advice he gave his mother. Sit your ass down. That's what he said. He had like this long, lengthy response when he was talking about like LeBron James getting up and being on the court celebrating. And
I just think he just had to say something to get ratings.
But
seriously,
my whole thing is, of all the things you can say to get ratings, you say the negative thing about the great black guy that is LeBron James, and you're a black man. Like, why are you so against the grain? You so against the grain that you bald now, but you still got a hot top. But I don't understand what's happening with this guy. Like,
he out of shape. He miserable.
He don't got no kids. He probably a virgin like
you.
You guys, that's nothing wrong being a virgin.
He literally probably wishes he was white.
You would say that about Brandon.
Yeah, Brandon does give me like.
I wouldn't be surprised. Like,
I wouldn't be surprised
if he
Brandon gives
watches
us a lot
his show.
Of
facts.
Like
shout out to
Brandon. He gives us a lot of love. He said we his favorite liberal trio. We be wrong, but he loves us.
Yo, shout out to him, man. But he probably look in the mirror like, damn, I wish I was white.
I used to say that.
Look at Carlton. Not our Carlton, but
wait, what?
Had the Mr. Krabs look for a second. What I do, bro?
Right? I was like, wait, what? Did I miss something? Look at Carlton.
Nah, that man, like, people been on him all day. He been talking about it, and it's just like, bruh, they acting like he's making too much of a spectacle of himself by celebrating his child, his son, his name bearer.
I feel like it's absolutely nothing wrong, parents. You celebrate your children.
Definitely.
However you want. Just don't
nothing
twerk
wrong
at
with
people's
that.
graduations.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Facts.
LeBron James,
leave that at the crib.
Leave that at the crib. But you want to cheer your kid on and run on the court.
That's what we would call ratchet. She's not part of the Clatchet committee.
Okay.
Nah, the you know, that's that on that. LeBron James, shout out to you for being a great father.
Shout out to LeBron James for
it.
everything that he
a great
does.
Father figure for the other player, because it could be somebody on his team, on his son's team, that don't even have a father.
Now he's the example of, like, because he's doing everything right, we just be hating on him.
Yeah.
But you say you ain't, you know, that's
the crazy part is that he's not, like you said, he's not just doing it with his son.
Yeah.
So like, and just like you mentioned, that other child probably doesn't have a father. So if LeBron is getting hype and I don't have a father figure in my life and LeBron is doing this, like, it's gonna give me added, like, motivation. I'm like, let me keep doing that.
I wish I had the tweet somebody
or
sent
it may
me
trigger
this
some
morning
trauma.
in the
One
group
of the
chat.
two.
I wish I had the tweet somebody sent me in the group chat this morning, but it was like some of Brownie's teammates and other people, like, in the league that his son plays in, because he's there often, especially because it's off season. And they was like, it was pictures of them with LeBron, like, you know, he's a father figure, big brother, shout out, thanks for helping me, whatever. And LeBron is like commenting under all these, like, liking their pictures, commenting on them, like, you gonna make it to the NBA one day, you gonna be great. Like, that's what he's doing out there,
right?
And that's what they complain, like, that's him celebrating when they score is a part of him doing that, and you basically saying don't do that.
That's
Come on,
crazy.
bro. We gonna get to
they gotta
that.
do better, man.
But the second thing, though, you know, because my ears was to the streets while them Clippers was to them heads, was that we talking about the U.S. women's soccer team. Mm-hmm. So they won.
Shout out to them.
You know, we know they won, and we know they was out there wilding, doing their thing. This is like what, the third one they won or something, like they got fourth.
Yeah.
I'm one less. They got like 4. I don't think the U.S. men's team has any. I don't think they have any. The women have 4. The men have 4. But so they bums.
The men is bums.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, hey, we know for a fact though that the women are not.
Right.
So they are talking about, you know, this always brings up the conversation of equal pay in their sport, and my whole thing is like, I seen somebody using the words equal pay, and then they was talking about equitable pay. And when I looked at the difference, it's pretty much being like, you know, equal pay, they're getting paid the same amount, and then equitable is pretty much based off how much they make, them getting, like, I guess, an equal share of how they make. Yeah. And so my whole thing is this though too, because I agree with that to an extent. The extent that I agree with, not that I disagree in another extent, but I feel like it's more to that than just looking at it from that surface level POV. When it comes to the U.S. teams, I honestly think they probably, like, whatever they make, whether it's the men's team or the women's team, I think that it should be just like one equal pot, and then they should all get equal in that, because it's not like it's an NBA and then a WNBA type situation with them where it's 2 separate leagues, whatever. It's like the same thing, and then they should get equal pay on that. But I felt like the reason why I brought it up was because at one of the press conferences they had, there was a guy up there saying he used the word equitable, and he was using it in a sense to try to make it seem like the women get paid more or something like that. And people was just like, you might have just shot yourself in the foot even trying to make that kind of statement, because we know they don't.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it was like almost like he was trying to, like, cover the area with mud or something to try to make it better. Should they get paid the equitable pay?
Absolutely, women should get equal pay.
Yeah.
I would say with the women's soccer team, I mean, I feel as though they should, just because they won their 4th title.
Think about why men are getting paid more, because it's a gender. It's not like you were saying, it's a different kind of sport or whatever. It's a gender that's separating the pay.
Yeah.
If we're doing the same work, why are we not getting the same pay?
Yeah, that's why I want to do a little bit more research on how they even do get paid, because, you know, it is the men's team and the women's team. I think
let's look beyond sport. Let's talk about in the office, in the cubicle. Men get paid more.
Yeah, I was about to say, I was going to mention that, because so when I was going to bring that up, I was going to bring up the NBA and the WNBA thing. Because when we watch, have you ever watched a WNBA game?
I really haven't.
See what I'm saying? And you a woman.
Right.
I know, right?
No
but
shots fired in that like
I'm really not watching the men's games either. It's just the playoffs, but it's exciting, but not the 82 games. I'm not watching all of that.
More than the other. I watch both because I'm a fan of the sport.
One is more popular than the other. But we have to take that into account too. Okay, so
one is more popular than the other, but one is also, unfortunate to say, way better than the other. To watching NBA basketball is way more exciting. Players are way better. But as a fan of the sport, you know what I'm saying, I can appreciate. I watch college basketball. I watch high school basketball.
But if we're going to use that logic, we're saying that women, they're getting all in the soccer team, gotten all these, accolades and trophies that men haven't, but they're still getting less.
That was going to be the second half of what I'm saying.
Okay.
My thing with that is that I feel like also the way that they publicize and the way that they actually try to get people to watch NBA versus WNBA, I feel like they don't do enough with the WNBA.
No, they don't.
And I feel like that's a part of the reason, like, say they were doing everything for the WNBA or everything for the U.S. women's soccer team as they do with the NBA and the men's soccer team. Mm-hmm. Maybe, just maybe, you would get more people watching. Like in the NBA, it's a little bit different because they don't even really dunk like that.
Guess why they don't do it?
I think they're trying to.
Because we're women.
But I think they're trying to do that now because, as you can see, I know you're not into video games, but with
used to be.
But with NBA 2K20, they're now adding the WNBA on there. Yeah. So
look how long it took them.
I mean, but
they did it. Shout out to that, but it took them like super long.
You don't even watch it, so why you even?
It doesn't matter. That doesn't mean I still can't talk about
how long it took them.
Inequality.
This is what you've been waiting for.
It doesn't matter. I can still. I can still talk about inequality.
Okay, all right.
Which is the whole point of this conversation. Which is what I want to bring up something else when we're finished with this, because we also talk about something that has to do with inequality, but it's with race.
Okay.
But
we can bring it up too.
Okay, so you guys have, I don't know if you guys heard about the whole Monique and Whoopi Goldberg. That whole thing between them.
I didn't get to watch it because I know I know Monique just recently had an interview.
She did it maybe 5-6 months ago, and she called Whoopi the help, and she had to go and explain what she actually meant about being a help, and pretty much saying that she was accepting jobs for like free, and she said that's pretty much like slavery, and then she had a private conversation with Whoopi, and Monique was just saying how she still wants to talk about this whole not equal pay and what she's not getting versus what she's worth and blah blah blah. And then Whoopi was like, look, you need to not worry about them other people that's come behind you, because what Monique is pretty much saying, like, if I'm standing for this, it's showing that I'm standing for the other people that are coming behind me, like the other black women that are coming in the industry, so I have to stand for this. And she like, well, right now pretty much you not getting no pay, you got to pay your bills, so you can't really worry about these other people coming behind you. You need to just kind of just do you. And she was crying in the video because she was saying she was so upset at that comment, like, how can you say that I shouldn't worry about the younger women coming up to try to get in this industry? So I bring all that up to say, everyone says that Monique is bitter and she needs to hush. I totally disagree with that. But whose man is this for? Who? Me or Monique? Why? Okay, well, Special K, tell me why you disagree. And you a black brother too, but come on. Yeah, because you pulled yourself into it.
What part?
What do you disagree with Monique being?
Monique is bitter.
Bitter. I feel like I wish I could see your face.
Okay, fine.
Why don't you should come take a seat at the table? Okay, you want to be behind.
Monique is bitter. I mean, and what Whoopi was saying is she needs to focus on getting her stuff together. You ain't even together. How you gonna worry about and use the mask of you trying to worry about help other people when your stuff ain't, your business ain't right?
I understand what she was saying.
She's the epitome of what they talk about, the angry black woman. She's the epitome of that.
She should be angry though. Like
herself?
I said,
she should be angry.
Why should she be angry herself?
I was about to say that she have a right to be bitter right now.
No,
she doesn't. To be angry.
She should be mad at herself
because she feels like she's worth more than what Netflix was offering her.
She ain't.
We already.
She ain't. Come on now. She got an Oscar. Not saying that means anything. A lot of people got Grammys and suck, but that's like somebody saying they got a Grammy.
If you were Netflix,
I just think that I just like what she's standing for.
Nobody would watch it.
I don't even have Netflix, so y'all asking the wrong person. I gave them up for Amazon
that's
Prime.
That's not the question. You see, you always try to go over the question. The question was, would you watch it?
It depends on what it was.
Exactly.
I don't even know what she was doing. I can't say no.
So your answer is
I can't say no because I don't know what the series was going to be about.
Have you watched any Monique specials?
I used to watch her show. I watched her movies.
So you're right.
I watched all that stuff. I watched
stand-up.
Have you watched any Monique stand-up?
A stand-up.
I don't know.
That's a special.
Exactly.
Okay, that's me because I haven't on me. Other people haven't.
Nobody else did either.
A lot of people have it.
So y'all think so y'all think she's just not worth what she's saying she's worth.
No,
but
you
she
can't
feels
just arbitrarily make
she's
a number
thinking
up.
she's worth more than $500K.
What
based on what?
The point
Honestly,
is what I'm bringing this up for is not so much of what her opinion is, but I do like the fact that she at least standing for something because we all know in this room that women get paid less than men. And African American women get paid less.
So
that's
making the statement
for.
alone doesn't mean that because Beyonce is who she is, every singer ain't Beyonce. So your worth is your worth. How many people can you put in the seats? How many people are going to log on and watch Monique's special? You won't.
Well, she brought this up where Whoopi's getting paid like $6 million, and she's settling with that on The View, while maybe some of her other, not even know so much of her co-hosts, but people like, I don't know, Kelly Ripa getting like $20 million. Yeah. And we clearly see the disparity in that. Yeah, we know where it's rooted from.
Do we actually know that, though?
I mean, this is the statistics.
And money is not everything. So sometimes you being next to somebody can set up another check down the line. But small-minded people don't understand that. So you can be in position doing something for free and be in a position later to get something bigger than if you charge them.
Monique is not in that position. She's not up and coming.
I'm saying in general. In general. It's
well, you know you got to start somewhere. We get that. You can't come out the gate talking about.
I'm just talking about in general mindset. And what have you done for me lately? What has Monique done lately? Complain and bitch and moan. Nobody wants to work with her because she's negative energy. Her husband got to have another girlfriend. They have an open relationship because he don't want to deal with her all the time. No, there's a problem there.
They've had an open relationship.
She don't speak to her father or her brothers. Something's wrong there. No, maybe.
We don't know their family dynamics.
If anything, I would have something to say about the way that she plays the game. Maybe it's a couple moves she could have done a different way where she could get the outcome that she desires. Because I honestly think when the original thing about her being paid $500,000, I felt like that was such an extreme low ball that it was disrespectful.
So you agree with her that $500K was low, but even for her.
When you looked at what some other people were saying, I understand the whole "what have you done lately" whatever, because you know your value wavers. Like maybe if this was 20, 15 years ago, her value would have been way more than $500,000.
Right.
But even for what it's at now, $500,000 is still way too low. You got people getting like 20, 30, 40 million. She get 500 bands.
She want to make y'all feel sorry for her.
No, just like you was talking about the athlete.
Just like you was talking about the athlete. Monique revealed some of the conversation that we shouldn't have been privy to. Like when we talk about contract negotiations with athletes, you put the high ball, they gonna put the low ball, and y'all meet in the middle. Monique revealed the low ball. They weren't going to pay her that. They was going to pay her more. That was what the first thing they threw out.
She's saying it's disrespectful. You shouldn't even offer me that in the beginning. What kind of low ball is that? You could have raised the ball even on the low ball. Not that low.
You want $3? No, I want $6.
Nah, because if somebody low ball me $3, I'm like, that's crackhead price. What you mean $3?
What you selling though?
It don't matter. She feels like her worth is more. Even if you low balling me, $500K is mad low.
Based on what?
Based on what she's done. It's not so much what she's doing now, what she's done.
That sounds so crazy.
It doesn't.
Just like an athlete. I gave you, he's injured. He's trying to renegotiate. He had the end of his career, right? But I got you this years ago, before the injuries.
But that's different. Okay. He has to play, so he has to use your.
What can you give me right now, Monique?
Who's to say she can't do it?
Me.
She just said, you say that, but she knows what she's capable of producing.
Do you know what she's capable of producing?
She ain't produced nothing.
I cannot speak for Monet.
Monique. No, you wouldn't.
Would you watch it?
I don't know what the series is about.
And nobody would.
Depending on what it was, I would. I can't really say no.
It was a stand-up.
Oh, well then, I liked Monique. I think she's funny.
I would only watch it just to see what she's going to bring to the table.
Whether she wasn't watching now does not mean they should offer her $500K. $500K is still low.
Do you know if that was like the first offer that they gave her?
I don't know. We're talking about.
Were you in there?
You always doing that. You always bring it up.
I'm just saying.
I'm bringing stuff up. We talk about what we know. For what we know, they offer her $500K.
Give us what we. What
okay, so Kid 6, we only can go off of that. We're reporting what is reported.
Listen. Why instead of her going to these big corporations, if they lowball her, my thing I've said on all my shows about her, and every time I've met her, she's been cool. However, if she feels that they lowballing her, boss up, make your own video, release your own video, and get popping. You ain't gotta go to nobody. She got a large following. She can make the rounds. She goes sit on every show. Anybody who wants to.
So here's the thing. I'm not negating.
You know why? Because she knows nobody's going to watch it, and she would be exposed. No. She wants a check. That's it. She wants a check. If she was worth so much, she would do it.
Whether people watch her or not, again, I brought it up for the fact that I at least like the fact that she is standing for something. Because I'm an African American woman, I can understand where she's. No, I understand where she's coming from. Men will always get paid more than women until we change that, and I got two whammies against me.
I understand. So I understand where she's coming from. As far
as all of us ain't never been in the industry. You know how dog world in the industry, man.
It's shady.
Like, come on, we face the challenges every day just being black. Can you imagine being a black woman in America? Come on. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying so much about what she isn't worth or is or who will watch her. I just like what she's standing for.
I just want to know, would you watch her stand up?
I have watched her comedic stuff before.
You've watched her shows
I would watch it.
and movies.
You're saying that I wouldn't
I watch both. If she made a new one, I would watch that one too.
Exactly.
I watch her shows and her stand-ups. If she made a new one, I watch it too.
You like a child at a pageant. Like, you always go over the question that's being asked.
No, because you're missing what I brought it up for. It's not about whether I would watch it. Now, all I'm simply bringing up is the fact that she's talking about inequality and that she's standing for something. That's why we brought it up. I'm not talking about whether I would watch her or not her work, because I still think whether I would or would not watch her, she's still worth more than $500K. Period. That's all I'm saying. It doesn't matter if I watch her or not.
What would you think she's worth?
I don't know what they'll pay her for a stand up for Netflix, but more than $500K.
What would you think she's worth?
A couple million.
I think even a couple million.
Yeah, a couple million.
Like $2 million.
So pretty much how I think
at least $5 minimum.
How I think they would base, like the same way like in an NBA contract. You know how like in the NBA the veteran minimum goes up every year based off how much. It's kind of something like that. So when you look at what your counterparts are worth, you look at what they've done lately. You look at what they've done as a collective, and you compare that to yourself. I feel like that's where she felt the disrespect. She was looking at her counterparts, looking at their numbers, looking at the stuff that they've done lately, and looking at their accolades, whatever, and then was like, this is what I got, this is what they got. How in the world are you giving this person $20 million and you giving me $500,000?
What's the white comedian that's not that for Amy Schuler? What the hell is her name? Come on.
That was a slap in the face because
that's what like a lot of that stuff is rooted in. That she's saying.
A smack in the face. I think that y'all are being holding
her
in
if they were to
high
go
esteem. But if the four of us got a company, right? And we got Netflix, and we base our numbers on how many of our subscribers log on to said video. That's how we base our numbers, right? And we come up with this formulation based on what their movies projections have been, how frequent were their movies, when was the last movie,
right?
Boom, that's what we basing it on,
right?
And we look at the people that y'all named. They had more recent movies. They had big blockbuster movies.
So you just discredit everything that was done because they're not doing nothing now.
I said recently.
Yeah, I know.
Monique's hit movie was 10 years ago.
That doesn't mean she can't produce another one.
No, it doesn't mean that. But we talking about probability. We talking about our money. Now, if it's your money, that we giving out our money, right? Now we're gonna base it on whether we're gonna get a return on this money or not.
You won't know though. I mean, I think that's what she's saying.
You're
like,
gonna lose money really quickly using
your
heart. We gotta go by.
You live and you learn, but it's disrespectful. You giving somebody $20 million, you give me $5K.
So is it disrespectful if we give her $2 million that Carlton want to give her and we don't make it?
I mean, that's the name. That's the nature of the business.
Because I'm sure they've been burnt before, and then the next time we be like, okay, next time we gotta do better with that. Or I wasn't gonna be out of business.
I don't even think it was. I don't think it was that extreme, because like I said, it was other people, her other counterparts. She said that was like she wasn't even comparing it just to the men joints, because we know like they gave Dave Chappelle like what $60 million to do like 3 specials.
And Eddie Murphy get more than that.
He probably to get like 70.
Yeah, but I think it's 70.
But even to use that,
Chappelle got 60, right?
Even to use that, when was the last time Eddie Murphy did a stand up?
Eddie Murphy's different though.
What's different with Eddie Murphy?
Eddie Murphy is probably the
different.
biggest comedian
but
living.
you guys are no, but you guys are all.
I don't know if he's the biggest living. It is a difference.
Monique and Eddie Murphy.
You can't compare Monique to Eddie Murphy, but we're using the logic that we're comparing what he's done.
What's that girl? What's that?
The apples and oranges. The oranges, y'all not.
But no.
Eddie Murphy's the watermelon.
Listen. You guys are using
the same way y'all said we can't take away from what Eddie Murphy did. You can't take away.
Exactly. That's the whole point. Because Eddie Murphy done nothing recently.
Biggest comedian
it doesn't
living.
He's done nothing recently though.
I would put
Eddie Murphy.
No, we're using the logic that you guys just said.
Yes.
Monique has not done anything recently. Neither has Eddie Murphy. So we're going by their past.
Not even just that.
That's
not even just
good.
how much do you think
he's an anomaly?
How much do you think Eddie Murphy will be worth for 2 stand-ups? Not even 3 like they gave Chappelle.
I think what they giving him.
How much are they giving him?
Giving him 70.
70. Okay, cool. So then compare 70 to 500,000.
But listen, they wasn't. They are the Netflix people already leaked. They was going to give her more than 5. That was just what they threw out there to start the negotiations.
That's almost insulting. That's even insulting to start off the negotiation with Monique.
But here's the thing. But this is what you say. If it's me, I say forget Netflix. I go to Hulu or somebody else. She wanted the Netflix check so bad that she only went to talk to Netflix and did a whole tour about Netflix giving this money. Now nobody wants to give her nothing.
Right. Well,
that Netflix check is probably way more than she could have got on her own, doing it her own way.
That's gonna cost her money. Listen. So is she going to be able to get 500,000 or $2 million doing it on her own? No. Now she gets nothing.
I think so.
Now she gets nothing.
I feel like she has supporters that will still.
Honestly, I don't think 500,000 is breaking Monique.
Comedy Factory and sell it out.
I don't think 500,000 is breaking out. And I think
she gonna make a comeback like no. All
right, let us know then. Let us know. Let us know how that go.
500,000 is not breaking out. She's not moving for 500 million.
Yeah, I agree with you. See.
Any more for Shop Talk, bro?
Oh no. Listen, man. I'm gonna just continue to keep my ears to them streets, my clippers to them heads.
Okay.
We gonna get it in.
That's a fact, man. So you know what we're really about to get into now. Whose man's is this?
Whose man's is this?
And I mean, I think we have a few to be given out tonight. I'm sorry, but we have to start, unfortunately, with someone from the city of Chicago.
Who? So,
a Chicago mother of 6, and she's actually currently pregnant at the moment, is fighting a felony charge after being accused of stealing identities of several people, including Taraji P. Henson. Now, the lady's name is Alicia Newby. She hacked Taraji's email and supposedly racked up $12,000 in fraudulent charges. You were pregnant at this point. Did you not think you were going to get caught?
I thought you were going to talk about a Chicago guy that cut his own penis off. Ooh. Chicago taking LC. What's going on in your city, dude? That's a shit. Yeah.
What?
First of all, I haven't even heard about neither one of these.
I said that in the group chat. Like, that was supposed to be whose man's is this? How'd you miss that one?
I didn't hear either.
Hold up. Wait.
One of these.
So
I gotta.
He cut his boy off, and what the ladies just stole all of his bread. What?
Yeah, stole all this money out of Taraji P. Henson, and mind you, she's currently pregnant at the moment. So now you're about to be away from your kids
because you're about to get locked.
You might be giving birth in jail.
She's gonna be giving birth in jail more than likely if she doesn't get any type of like.
This is great. Can we bless a double? Whose man's is this for the two?
For the guy who cut his penis off, Chicago about to take.
Hey, whose man's is this?
Why did he cut his boy off?
Right.
I gotta go back to the story, guys.
Go back to that. While you try to find that,
is he mentally unstable?
I think he was mentally unstable too. So it'll be safe to say that he was.
Let's talk about my man's FABOLOUS.
Damn fat.
As he got caught, what he said was a parent-teacher conference at a restaurant on a date with a young lady. She was extremely attractive too. Not only that, he then goes to make a post, tries to say how TMZ.
I seen the post. All of it.
It's a defamation.
Yeah, defamation.
Yeah, we gotta bless.
So that right there, you already know you lied, bro, because you can't even use the proper word correctly. Defamation.
You think some of these people a little uneducated? They don't know better, a little uneducated.
Bless my man's with a whose man's is
this? Hey, whose man's is this?
Fab. You said you were at a parent-teacher conference. Then you use the word defamation.
Look,
then you had to have T.I. correct you.
Fab ain't credible to me because we all know what he did last spring.
Tip did correct him.
He did.
T.I. did correct him.
I really just want to
know. T.I. gonna correct it. The word is presumably defamation. This is entirely preposterous. You know how Tip goes.
Take this post down expeditiously and repost it.
Repost.
Speaking of this shit, Bow Wow need to get a Whose Mans Is This too, because you know T.I.
Oh, they was on his ass. I'd have been on his ass too. That was corny, bro.
Like, at this point, I really don't know what's wrong with Bow Wow.
He needs counseling.
He does.
What, 31 and going through a midlife crisis?
So we all know what Bow Wow
32.
did. Recap real quick. Was one, I guess, little concert, whatever, and what's the song with Ciara that he did back in 2004?
Like
that one, like right. He said, "I had that bitch first," and come on now, come on, Bow Wow.
Hey, who mans is this?
Thank you.
Yes.
Bro, I heard somebody say, somebody was like, I'm not surprised at the comment he made about Ciara. I'm more surprised that his ass got a concert. Who went to see?
People were in there. You'd be surprised. They got to get Whose Mans Is This for going to see Bow Wow?
They probably do.
So T.I.
It was probably free.
T.I. was on his ass about Nelly. Nelly was in the studio too. Nelly had to give him a hug. Like, bro, you going
he
through
learned
it.
all this stuff from like them at one point. He was younger, so I don't know.
They ain't never done nothing like that.
They didn't.
Yeah, they never did anything like that.
Shout out to Ciara and Russell. They didn't pay any mind. They living a good life. They not worried about.
She's not worried. She's happy. He's miserable. So he definitely deserves that. Next person up who deserves a Whose Mans Is This, and I think he really needs to seek counseling as well. You might want to have a talk with this man. Love and Hip Hop's very own A1, who has this Justin Bieber wig going on. What the flip is going on with you? Like, seriously, come on,
We blessed him with the Whose Mans Is This too.
Nah, seriously, because he made a post the other day too and called himself a soccer mom.
Is he gay?
I don't know.
Maybe he's Metro.
It was like an Elton John wig.
Yeah.
All right. Well, he got to get a Whose Mans.
Please bless him.
Hey, who mans is this?
Yeah, I want to bless. This is a Whose Mans Is This for me. And you guys want to get a kick out of this. Well, actually no, because I told you guys already. So over the weekend, I was sent a vagina pic from a random number, right? Now, I don't know who this person is.
You may not want to do that.
I don't know who this person is. No, because a part of me wanted to tell her, like, whoever you're trying to send this to, this ain't it.
I'm not them. That's not me.
Yeah. So I'm like, yo, was this meant for me? And she was like, yeah. I'm like, this is awkward because I don't know who this is.
Was it sent from an Android or iPhone?
It was sent from an Android.
But how you gonna ask was it meant for me? Fake. You don't know the person unless you probably had a drunken night, gave out your number. You don't remember.
I'm just saying, like, because I was confused. I'm like, yo, I did not ask for nobody for no nude. I don't even know who this is. So she's like, yeah. And then she realized, like, oh my God, I'm sorry, this wasn't for you. And I started to be like, listen, the person who it might have been for might not want this.
You're not gonna want that.
So how did the conversation end? You just like, okay.
It was just like, all right, cool. But dig this, right? She texts me again. She texts me at 3 a.m. Asked me, "Are you busy?"
You sure you don't know her kid 6 and you just
I'm
like,
dead ass. I don't know.
I don't know this person. I don't know. I'm at a scratch.
I really don't know this person at all. Like, I'm confused as to why this number keeps hitting me. I don't know if someone gave my number out. Whoever gave my number out, that's messed up.
That could be a possibility
because
too. Yeah.
I don't want this.
Right. It could be that. Maybe it could have been somebody.
I'm really getting tight.
Listen,
yo. Like,
who you got out here?
You
like,
gotta try to trace the number. You gotta Google it or something like that.
Yeah, that's what
you can Google to tell you a lot of stuff. Yes, you can.
Do that. So like, this is really blowing me
Get
at
the
this
whole
point. Like,
PI
stop
going
texting
on.
me, yo. So listen. Here's a little thing. If you're gonna send a nude out or whatever body parts you may send out, make sure it's to the correct person first of all, but make sure it's worthy to be sent out. Okay. Don't just be out here all willy-nilly taking pics and thinking
her body wasn't right. I don't even know why we asked.
It wasn't cute. It wasn't cute. It wasn't. Yeah.
That's so embarrassing.
Yeah. So she gotta chill out.
Did you delete it?
Yeah. I want that shit on my phone.
I had to ask.
Next gear grinder.
Whose man's is this?
So, was at the movies when I went to go see Lion King, and I went to Cinebistro. All right, it's very fancy out there, but there was a couple that was next to me, right? So they decided that they were going to take down there until the preview started to make their order. Like they were literally ordering everything off of the menu. When I say everything, they took up somebody else had to come serve me. That's how long they took to make the order, right? Ordering steak. They were showing off ordering steaks, the shrimp salad. They got a chicken Caesar salad. They getting double shots of Ciroc.
It's expensive.
They were going ham. So I think they really had it in their mind that, all right, you know what? I know they going to mess up on the order and we just going to complain. Guess what they did?
What they do?
Girl complained and she's like, oh, I ordered this. They only poured this much and we still didn't get our mashed potatoes and everything. So I'm looking down. I'm like, yo, y'all ordered like a full. Y'all have a buffet. This ain't Golden Corral, fam. What is you doing? Then they had the audacity, mind you. They got the food for free.
Yeah.
Lucky bastards, right? They had the audacity.
That was the plan the whole time.
Yeah, that was the plan the whole time. They had the audacity to fall asleep. They in there snoring like they at home.
Oh,
let's know what whose mess is this, yo. They're like,
and they did all that. Did they at least eat before they went to sleep?
Whose mess is this?
They had the itis.
I'm sure they did.
That was on purpose.
He had like 4. He just racking up anything at this point.
They got bread, shit.
They ain't got no bread because it was for free.
For free, but I mean, they wasn't intended to be for free, so obviously they was expected to pay that much.
Nah, they was trying to make that shit.
That was the scam.
You think that was a setup? Well, they would have got real embarrassed if they was like, nah, we're not, you was supposed to pay for this.
They was on their
I wouldn't take that risk. That's embarrassing.
Together.
That's embarrassing. I wouldn't take that risk because they got lucky because somebody would have been like, nah, we dubbing that. You got to pay up or I don't know.
That's tacky.
Yes.
That's OD tacky. Go out here and do better, man. Because that literally would have came up to like $150 some at most.
Sure.
Seriously. And last person I'm going blessed with a whose man's is this. White ass Miley Cyrus.
We blessing you with whose man's is this?
Yeah, I ain't forget.
Oh, you didn't forget about you?
Damn, you fiending.
Oh yeah.
Miley Cyrus.
You know she ready.
Oh, you know I'm ready. See.
She made a post and it was her bent over on her couch, right? She in a thong.
I haven't seen that.
Her feet dirty, all of that. She looks filthy.
You guys know Kid 60 says tacky, filthies, like your words that you use.
It's nothing
weekly.
attractive about this woman at all. And I just need y'all to understand, like I wish they would have reported her as a spam. Because nobody wanted to see that on their timeline. It was disgusting. If you're going to take pics and have your feet out, make sure your feet are clean. Everything about the pic looks like Miley Cyrus stinks. I don't know if whoever hit that in their lifetime, like, you got to do better.
So we got to bless Miley Cyrus.
Yeah, Miley Cyrus gets a.
Hey, who man's is this?
Look at her feet. Extra dirty.
She do like no offense, like somebody come out Dundalk or something.
Yeah, like she, damn.
Sorry, no offense.
You foul.
She do though. I mean.
And then of course the moment Aaliyah's been waiting for. I'm going to bless myself with the whose man's is this because I had to really sit back and look at it. So before, prior coming over here, we were going back and forth with Aaliyah saying that Meg Thee Stallion is bad.
Y'all were going hard in the paint.
And you know what? And it was so crazy. So, I was getting my cut by the GOAT himself. And of course, y'all wondering who the GOAT is. Chi-Town's finest Carlton, you dig? And
getting right.
One of his clients was over there and he said how the school had Meg Thee Stallion up there, and when you look at her, she really wasn't all that cute. And I had to think about it, and I'm like, damn, I never really stopped to really actually look at this woman to observe. And she's really not that attractive. So I failed you because I really had to look at it because she throws a lot of makeup on her face. And
her body is
No, you're not. Yeah, and I think that's what everyone is so hyped off of. The fact that she.
I think somebody like Nicole Murphy has a better body and she's older, but she got the typical like boom, but okay, whatever. But facially.
Yeah. But can your knees bend and work like hers? No, they can't. So I'm gonna give her that. But The face, yeah. I'm gonna have to go with you. She's really not all that.
Yeah.
So I failed you. So I'm gonna bless
y'all
myself.
should see how hard he was going.
Yeah,
Him and somebody else
was
is going real hard.
I was. And it's not taking away that she's. I'm not saying she's ugly, but she's not. She's ugly. Not what I was saying. Like she's. Oh my God.
You like, she's so bad.
Yeah. So I'm gonna bless myself. So you could go ahead and bless kids.
Hey, who man is
no
this?
one ever sees this high five. We gotta do it one time for the culture.
Gave your ass to Jamie.
Hit her with the Jamie Foxx.
No one ever sees us get along. We always disagree. Come on.
Listen.
You gotta give me one time before we wrap up. Come on.
Now we're gonna be like.
I just got two things to say.
What's up, C?
I would not say anything bad about Megan Thee Stallion ever in life. So
I didn't say anything bad. I just said it wasn't what they were saying.
What I said before. I know I said something about it before.
I think you were in agreement.
I probably was, and I still am. But I'm standing by what I said before.
As am I.
I don't care about none of that. But I cannot. I had a very special whose man's is this that I gotta run back to. Good old Jason Whitlock.
Oh yeah, bless him.
You earned this one.
Man.
You earned this one. Oh my God. We don't know whose man's this is. You look like Ralphie from Recess. I'm not even gonna get started on him. I'm not gonna get started on him that much, but he earned a quick whose man's is this.
Hey, who man is this?
I hope you feel that in your soul. Well deserved. Only true black people got soul.
Facts.
Yes.
And I know he don't got one.
Well, listen, man. This was a great show. Hope everyone who was in the mix enjoyed tonight's show.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, if you will be in Toronto this weekend, you catch myself, Chi-Town's Finest, and your girl So Effing Classy in the mix this weekend. All right, we will be holding it down. Aaliyah will not be with us.
I will not be with
which is all good. She'll be with us in spirit. But listen, man.
That's all right. I'll be in Toronto the week after.
You going to your city. You ain't even going to be there.
I'm going to my city the week after.
You got to do better,
cool,
man.
That's cool.
But it's all good. Because guess what? We'll be back next week. Same time.
Yes.
Same place.
Special
7 to
guest.
8:30 p.m. We do have a special guest next week.
Special guest next week.
One of yours. So
one of mine.
Hold it down. It's your big dog Kid 6, Chi-Town's Finest, and your girl Leah. And we out of here.
Yep.